Hi there. So, I want to talk with you for a minute about what happens when someone in your business, someone who's part of a team that you're leading, comes to you with an idea on how to do something different, how to do something better. What that means, why it matters, the way you react, what you can say, and what maybe you might not want to say if you want to encourage a healthy improvement culture in your organization. So, I posted earlier this week about an example of a nurse who brought to her supervisor's attention the fact that the ginger ale that she needed really often for her patients was not stocked in her department, but it was stocked in a different part of the hospital, and she had to go walk to get it every time someone requested ginger ale. And it would have been a really easy, no-cost change for them to ship the ginger ale now to the part of the hospital where she was working, thereby eliminating some non-value added time, the walking that she was doing. And the whole example was not so much about the suggestion, but it was about the response to the suggestion that this nurse got. And she was told something to the equivalent of, well, you just have to understand that's the job, like with the implication that she was trying to get out of doing her job, like she was slacking, or she just wasn't up to the job because she was not even complaining. She was proposing a solution to eliminate some non-value added activity. But the implication was that she was weak for bringing up an idea for improvement rather than just slogging through the wasteful processes like everyone else was doing. So this, in my opinion, it really surprises me sometimes that people still think this way. And when I think about the different reactions that leaders can have when their people bring them improvement suggestions, it can sometimes be born of a sense of frustration. Like, why don't people just do the job? Why are they always bringing me these things? Why are they complaining? Why are they looking to skip steps? Or why do they want it easy? Maybe there's a sense that, you know what, it was hard when I was in your shoes and I didn't complain. I didn't look for ways to do things differently. But I think there's a different way to see it. You don't really want to cast the person who is bringing you an idea in a negative light. I would encourage you as a leader to see that person for who they really are, which is someone who is spending their extra mental capital that they have while they're doing their job and investing it in your business, in a success. And it could be something very small, like order ginger ale to this fridge as well as that fridge, and it'll save me walking 3 or 4 times a day or 3 or 4 times a week, or whatever the frequency is. If they're taking the time to bring their observation to you and propose a solution, it means that they're taking ownership in the success of the business. It doesn't need to be perceived by you as a criticism or a complaint or a way to get out of doing their job or any other negative interpretation. So I think as leaders, sometimes there's a temptation for us to evaluate and get back to someone really quickly, like we need to feel we're in control when something comes up. We don't want to admit that we don't know if that would work or not. We want to have an answer for everything ready quickly. So again, I think there's a different way to see that. Being open-minded and really just appreciating people's suggestions, whether they're feasible to implement right away or not, whether it's something simple like the ginger ale or something a little more complex that will require some evaluation. It's almost always a good idea to keep your mind open to people's suggestions, especially when those people work for you. They are testing out whether they can trust you or not with their ideas. If you shut them down and sort of retaliate against them in a way and make it about them, make them seem like they're a problem for speaking up, make them seem like you feel criticized, they're probably not going to speak up again. And that's not a healthy sign for the culture. It is a warning sign, just like that siren over there. So I hope this is helpful for you. I hope it comes to mind the next time someone on your team brings up a suggestion for improvement, and it might encourage you to be aware of what your initial reaction is and maybe slightly adjust it a little bit to promote that healthy improvement culture that you want to see. And I'd love to hear what you think about this, if you're able to implement it, or maybe it's something you're doing already. Would love to hear from you in the comments. Thanks so much.